The Biden administration has let 99% of migrants stay in the U.S. since 2021, according to a congressional report. So let's check this out. Let's see. So the Biden administration has let 99% of migrants who have come over the border since 2021, over 2 million people, stay in the country, according to a new congressional report released by House Republicans Monday. The report found at least 2,148,738 illegal aliens had been released into the United States by the Department of Homeland Security from when Joe Biden came into office until March 31st, 2023. Which, by the way, that's pretty crazy when you think about it because the population of the United States is like, what, slightly above 330 million? Like, man. Of those, only a small fraction have been properly vetted to test their claims of asylum, the study asserts. A mere 6% of illegal aliens released into the United States were even screened for fear of persecution in their home country. For purposes of asylum, read the study initiated by House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan and Immigration Subcommittee Chairman Tom McClintock. The report finds only 5,993 illegal immigrants who were tapped for deportation were ever actually seen by an immigration judge and then removed from the country, according to the bombshell report. This data contradicts Secretary Mayorkas' statements that the southwest border is closed and that illegal aliens are quickly removed as states. Instead, with more than 99% of illegal aliens staying inside the United States after being released by the Biden administration, there is virtually no enforcement of our immigration laws. The report also noted that due to the huge numbers of people crossing illegally into the U.S., overwhelmed officials are often unable to fully complete their duties. It noted because of the unprecedented border crisis, some immigration and customs enforcement ICE officers have been forced to abandon arrests and removals of aliens, including criminal aliens, to process the illegal aliens who have arrived at the southwest border. Meanwhile, thousands of migrants are continuing to pour across the southern border every day. In one sparsely populated rural California town, migrants are dropped off by people smugglers and simply walk into the U.S. through gaps in the border wall, according to reports. Migrants from a medley of nations are gathering in arid Jacumbo hot springs, roughly 75 miles east of San Diego, and slipping into the country as overwhelmed border agents look on. The agents are swamped and they are very straightforward about the fact that this is not their job. This is not what they are set up to do. They were never set up to do something like this, said Samuel Schultz, a staffer with the Migrant Assistance Organization. They are slammed. And Schultz told Border Report migrants pull up to an area where a border wall ends and wait until they are able to enter American soil. You can see the clouds of dust on the road south of the border. You know they are coming, he said. It's an ebb and flow, 600 one day, then 300 the next, then back to 600. It's up and down. Rather than attempt to stanch the tidal wave of illegal immigrants, border agents serve to manage the influx in Jacumbo, according to the report. They prioritize women and children for entry and prepare them for transport to a border facility roughly 30 miles away, and migrants often camp out in baking temperatures until their opportunity to be interviewed and processed arrives. After that, they are largely released into the U.S. to pursue their asylum cases. Jacumbo became a popular destination for border crossers in May, drawing thousands of migrants as the Title 42 expulsion laws neared expiration. Migrant supporters have criticized processing facilities in the area as harsh detention camps, prompting a response from border officials this week. Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy. Like, to allow so many people that are undocumented into this country and you don't really know who they are is a huge, huge danger. Especially because, like, speaking of it, like right now, with the whole Israel versus basically Hamas, there's probably a lot of Hamas operatives within this population where they are probably going to potentially do something in the United States. Like, this is the problem when you don't vet everyone that comes in. Like, no matter what, there's always going to be a percentage of extremists in a population, and you just need a few of them to cause damage. So, to say that none came through would be foolish. And this is just going to wreak havoc, which technically is already started to wreak havoc. The U.S. Border Patrol San Diego sector is currently experiencing irregular levels of migration between official ports of entry, the agency said in a statement. This level of migration is spurred by criminal smuggling organizations who continue to exploit vulnerable migrant populations for profit. To address current migration patterns, the San Diego Sector Border Patrol is leveraging all available resources to encounter, transport, and process migrants as expeditiously and safely as possible while simultaneously upholding other vital border security priorities. After the expiration of pandemic era Title 42 measures in May, the Biden administration said it would get tough on immigration and only allow people into the country who had a sponsor and paperwork and who had completed forms and made an appointment via a phone app. However, it was quickly realized that was not the case, and unprecedented levels of migrants arriving at the U.S. border to seek asylum have continued since that time. Finally, starting to wake up to the crisis, the Biden administration last week said it would waive 26 laws in order to build 20 miles of the border wall started by President Trump, citing an acute and immediate need to construct physical barriers and roads to prevent unlawful entries into the United States. Like, you gotta realize how bad it actually is that you have people who were like arguing and crying, like, oh no, we'll never build a wall. We won't build one single foot of wall in my administration, type of thing. And what do you know? They do. Because you can't let countless amount of people come in. Like, you just can't do that.